Good morning, my dreamers, my goal setters, and my achievers. And yes, you are all three because if you have a dream, you can definitely set some goals and you can achieve that dream. And all of you guys have that ability to do so. So, this morning I wanted to do something a little bit different than my usual videos. If this is your first time here, um, definitely welcome. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you for stopping by, and hopefully, you get some good information. If this is not your first time here, yes, welcome back. And I'm so excited that you decided to stop by my channel again. So, basically, what More Life Transformations is just an opportunity to learn more about career development and just really getting some insights and pointers and tips and strategies from little old me. Talking about how to really define yourself professionally and be that person that you want to become when you grow up. So, that is just a little bit about what More Life Transformations is all about and what these videos are about. So today's video, like I said, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I really wanted to focus in on mamas. Mamas that are working and really trying to get your careers up and going and dedicated to being not only just a mom, but also being somebody who is following your dreams and setting that example for your kiddo, right? Showing your child that anything that you dream, you can achieve it, you can make goals and make that a reality for yourself. But I did want to point out that there are certain challenges that come along with this. So the reason why I decided to do this topic today is my morning. As returning people know, I actually have three kiddos of my own. I have two boys and a little girl. My little girl is only 5 months at this time. And just realizing that that comes with its own challenges, right? So waking up this morning and her fussing and still realizing that I still have to be a professional. I still have to get up and show up and be a part of the professional world, which is definitely very challenging. So I did want to go ahead and talk about that, talk about some of the common obstacles of being a mama, and then also like how it can be very rewarding to still be able to push forward and get your dreams and achieve those things even though there are challenges. So, top challenge that I have seen, experienced, heard about, talked about, and is a real reality is mommy guilt. If any of you guys have ever experienced that, please go ahead and comment in the comment section down below. Just let me know. Give me an example of like what type of mommy guilt have you dealt with and how did you either overcome it or how is it something that you're still working through. But yeah, mommy guilt is something that is surprisingly very unique to moms for the most part. I'm sure dads experience some of this as well, but I think it's just kind of something that moms experience in a very unique way. Being a mom, but also a wife, I talked to my husband about, you know, how I feel bad that I can't meet certain things, go to certain things because I'm working, or I feel bad that, I have experiences where I forget something because, I'm having to get the kiddos ready in the morning, get them ready at night, and, you know, going through the hustle and bustle of everyday life and still trying to get to work on time and still, trying to be present and things like that. Like sometimes I forget things. Like I forget that today is sweatpants day, right? Like I forget certain things that are going on with the kiddos, and whenever it hits me, I'm like, oh my goodness, I told myself 30 times that I need to remember that, and I forgot it. And that's where that guilt comes from. It's just realizing that, yeah, you want to be the best person in all these roles, but it is challenging at times, and it does become something that you are, having to give yourself some self forgiveness for and give yourself grace and being kind to your future self in certain little ways, which we'll talk about some of those strategies a little bit later. Another challenge that I have experienced is that there's not enough hours in the day. Honestly, when you think about working at least 8 hours a day in your profession and then still having to come home, cook, clean, take care of your kiddos, it can feel like a lot. But it's something that's a part of the role, right? Like, it's something that you have to figure out how to balance, figure out little tactics and things like that that can help make it a little bit easier for yourself. Again, we'll talk about some of those strategies a little bit later. But yeah, it's something that is a reality, right? Like that challenge that can come with just trying to show up in all your roles And sometimes certain roles will take a back seat, which I have a video that talks all about like work life harmony and how that should look and how that changes with each season of your life. Another struggle is just being present sometimes. And it's hard. And I know, I get it. Sometimes I have to remind myself, like, okay, work is turned off right now. This is about my kiddos right now. Or I'm at work and I'm like, oh my goodness, I hope everything's going good with my baby. This morning, she was a little fussy before I took her to daycare. And just having to realize, like, I have to show up in these roles and be present, but still being mindful that I do still have this other role that's kind of on the back burner for the moment, but I can still check in on it. And so those are the top 3 things that I think are very common challenges when it comes to being a mama and really, navigating this workforce. That mommy guilt, feeling like you're not showing up all the time. And then also just really dealing with having to make the best of your time. Of course, your time is valuable. It's something that you can't get back. So just making the best of it. So with that being said, I said I was going to give some techniques and strategies that I have found helpful, but also I think other moms have shared with me that I think might be beneficial. So when it comes to the mommy guilt, you have to be able to forgive yourself for that, right? You have to be able to say, like, okay, I did the best with what I had at that moment. I forgot. I'm human. It's okay to forget. It's okay not to always be at every single event. But it's all about, like, what are you still being able to put into your children? Are you having that consistency of showing up for them? And that's going to be the bigger picture, right? Like, forgetting pajama day is not going to be the end of the world. I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10, your kid's not going to remember that, 5 years from now that you forgot pajama day. But being able to forgive yourself in that moment and just say, okay, I forgot. What can I do differently? Do I need to make sure I have the calendar present on the refrigerator so that I can see it on a regular? Do I need to make sure that I have a copy of the calendar in my car? What do I need to do to try to help me to remember these things for my future self? But I'm not going to beat myself up about forgetting it today. Then it brings me to the other topic, which was about there not being enough hours in the day. That's something that we can't change, but what we can do is make the best use of our time, right? And I find myself like doubling up on some tasks sometimes, like, really trying to figure out ways to have a set schedule. In fact, children love schedules. They might fight it, resist it, feel that it is the end of the world because they have a set bedtime, but they enjoy having that routine because they know what comes next. Kids do not like chaos. It's just a known fact. But, if you create a schedule, that's how you are able to make things happen. Making sure that you cut off work when it's time to leave work. And then also making sure that you are setting aside time to do that quality time. Whether it's you guys are doing kid-friendly yoga, or you guys are doing some type of craft, implementing the time so that you know that you feel like you are being productive. You should never feel busy. You should feel productive. So whenever you are able to do these things, make sure that you are doing something that's productive versus just kind of lounging around and just like, okay, whatever. I'm not, it is what it is. Do something that will help you to stay on schedule, help you to feel that you are making the best use of your time. And then also be forgiving again to yourself, because sometimes you just aren't able to schedule everything in. But that might be something that you can set aside for the weekend or figure out different ways to incorporate it in. And then the last thing is just making sure that you are showing up and being present. Again, this goes back to having a schedule. If you have block times that you do certain things, that's how you can be present and show up, because you know that you will get to the next thing a little bit later. Again, you shut down work whenever work is over with, and you show up for your kids whenever you're home. Having different things on your phone that can help you to feel like you're able to check in on certain things is also helpful. I know for me, I love the fact that my kiddos, both their daycare and their school, provides updates. I know how my kids are doing. I can check that really quick even while I'm at work. That just, helps me to feel a little bit more relaxed and just say, like, okay, I know they're fine. Now I can show up at work. Takes me literally 2 seconds just to check to make sure. Oh, my kiddo just ate lunch. Oh, my kiddo is smiling because they just sent me pictures. Or, yeah, my kiddo just got some dojo points. Whatever the case may be, like having that reassurance that you know that, okay, they're good. Now I can be present here. Same thing for work. Make sure that you close everything up when you end for the end of the day. So that way, when you're home, you don't have to be like, oh, well, oh, I forgot about this meeting that I got to do tomorrow. Make sure you have everything tidied up before you leave for the day. So that way you can dedicate that time when you get home. And that was just a few tips and strategies that I have found useful. Of course, I'm sure you guys have a lot more. So please, 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 if you are a mama out here doing the thing, definitely go ahead and share some of the tips and strategies that you use in order to really show up and be not only just a mom, but also a boss. Because you know what? You are a boss mama. So do that and share how you do those things. Thank you guys for spending this morning with me, and I hope to see you guys on my channel again. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and make sure that you subscribe so that I can make sure that I am able to bring you these things and you guys are knowing when exactly I'm posting and things like that. And then also, if you like this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up because that really helps. And I just want to make sure that, if there are any topics that you guys are interested in, please, please, please share that in the comment section down below. That way I can make sure that I touch on those topics. Again, this is a place where we can share all about just career development and how that looks for you and how to make the best of your growth as you become a professional or continue to be that professional that you are. So again, I hope you guys have a great morning, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.